Best co-op game ever made is a strong claim to make, especially coming from a Helldiver. But beneath the goofy art style, being able to count the polygons on enemies, and commitment to taking absolutely nothing seriously, Deep Rock Galactic nails the formula for a fun and challenging co-op experience. My name is Commissar Kai, and today we're going to dig beneath the surface and see what lessons can be learned from a game that discovered perfection by embracing absurdity. First, I'd like to justify my statement. This is the best co-op game ever made. After all, with titans of the industry like Vermintide 2, Darktide, Left 4 Dead 2, and Helldivers 2 dominating this space for years, what is it that makes this silly game about a bunch of drunken dwarves so special? I think I can boil it down to three key factors: identity, objectives, and a diversity of experiences for you to enjoy. Deep Rock Galactic has you playing as a disposable worker mining important-ish resources for the company. Dude, that is just a testicle.
The elevator.
You are not expected to survive, and your deaths will not be mourned. But like any piece of pricey equipment, the corporation wants you to at least gather up all the shiny stuff before you are digested by something horrible.
Oh
my god! Oh, Jesus Christ! Damn it, no! No, let me go! Oh my god, my heart jumped out of my chest. Where the f am I? I don't want to be here anymore. This is made abundantly clear to you in the tutorial, so the game sets your expectations right away. Being expendable assets for a greater power is something that shows up in a lot of other great games like Darktide and Helldivers. But DRG uses your status as disposable mining equipment to let you bond with your fellow miners and other random pieces of industrial equipment. They're gonna take my mind off it. That's a good girl. I was skeptical about diving into DRG because the art style just didn't appeal to me. It took hundreds of y'all begging me for months to give it a try before I finally caved and grabbed my pickaxe. But beneath the surface of crude but charming graphics, there is a real sense of community and belonging to this absurd, silly little game. I drank beers with my friends before missions, cut it up on the dance floor, throw it back at them.
I was in the club you like.
Just mining with the boys. And before I knew it, I was shouting rock and stone like a veteran miner. This sense of identity makes you want to get everyone back on the ship in one piece, because you are all in it together. But aside from moving 16 tons for the company store, there is another vital aspect of your identity that is made abundantly clear right at the start. You are a dwarf. Hang on, I found minerals and I am a dwarf. Whether it's drinking yourself silly, annoying the hell out of your boss, true. I feel like I'm trying to summon a demon.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Really much.
There. Or constantly shouting about rocks and stone. This identity is reinforced the entire time you're playing the game, and this is a whole lot of fun.
Oh, are you gonna get your beard? Oh my god.
Yeah, I got my beard.
Oh my god.
There we go, I'm a dwarf. I have a beard. I kept getting surprised by how often the game rewards you for goofing off and besting your enemies with absurd technological abominations. Why is there a flossing dwarf? What am I looking at?
That's the Lord grenade. It's a Lord grenade.
Every bit of the experience sparks joy in a way that few other games can even hope to match. Because making a player want to engage with the soul of a game isn't something a corpo rat in an office can do. It takes fellow gamers, people that understand gaming is meant to be fun shared with friends, to get their players so invested in a game's world that they'll stand in a circle spamming "we're rich" for no real benefit.
We're rich.
Oh, yay!
We're rich.
Yay! I've been waiting to do that. Shut up, Mission Control. We're doing a thing.
We're rich.
Identity isn't just about the characters and goofy stuff that you can make them do. It's also about the arenas where you do battle. And DRG has some absolutely gorgeous ones. Ooh. Dude, this place is pretty. I was shocked at the sheer diversity of the various caves. One mission, I was trudging through magma trying not to burn my feet off. Oh, it's hot. My beans. And in the next, I was drilling to the core of a geode while fascist animals try and steal my capital gains. The game never shies away from letting the player have fun in their sandbox. And since it focuses its identity on dwarves being absurd, it has an almost infinite amount of creative freedom to keep you coming back for more. For example, after liberating the geode of its riches, I was wondering how in Carl's name we'd get back to our ship considering we just drilled about a kilometer straight down. We are deep. 13 kilometers deep. The game could have just faded to black and ended the mission there, or it could have had our drop pod meet us in the depths. But no, that's not what being a dwarf is about. Instead, they give you rocket boots and let you fight your way back out the same way you came in. Hell, they even let you leave the map with a little creativity.
I saw every noob ever. Like, come here.
I'm coming, it's cooperative. For Carl!
Listen.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah.
We're out of the map! Every part of the game's environment encourages you to have fun. You can slap dice on your drop pod, slap questionable alien seeds for your amusement, admire beautiful cave flowers, or just drill yourself a new home. I have a plan. Alright, I have a plan. Oh, they did look. I'm making a little fortress. Yeah, there we go. Wait, this will be the kitchen then. So hang on, we'll have the bedroom over here. This all leads to our first lesson that DRG teaches us. Immersion is important. Everything from the environments, to the battles, to the dialogue, to the random crap you can do on the ship sells you a fantasy that is just too tempting to not buy into. This is something Helldivers specifically could learn from. That game sells you on being part of an elite squad of expendable troopers fighting for super Earth and managed democracy. But it doesn't give you the same sense of bonding with your fellow brothers and sisters in arms unless you go out of your way to look for it. You all fight for the same cause, but you do it as 4 individuals rather than a team because the game doesn't encourage you to stick together and bond through a shared sense of struggle and wonder. Airhead, take notes. Immersion is what gets you into the game, but the challenge paired with rewards is what keeps you coming back for more. And DRG keeps the experience challenging through some very creative objectives. One of the biggest challenges for a co-op horde shooter is keeping the players close together and fighting as a unit without being too heavy-handed about it. Darktide does this by literally gating off your progression through a map unless everyone is present, and rewards players with stat buffs and toughness regeneration whenever they are close enough to each other. This approach gets the job done, but it's a lazy way to do it. DRG encourages you to support your fellow dwarves through synergies that either make you more powerful or your life more convenient. And you really start to notice this with the way the game does objectives. I'll give y'all 2 examples. The first is called the Drill Evader, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Drill elevator activated. This is it, miners. Be ready for company.
This objective has you drilling deep into a planet to harvest expensive gubbins for the company, but it has multiple parts that keep it engaging. First, you have to set up these resonant crystals to locate where the treasure is, or something like that. I wasn't really paying attention. Oh! I'm flying!
Oh, yeah. You can just go on there.
Once you've done that, you hop on the drill elevator and prepare for battle. The noise of your mining expeditions attracts all the gribblies and you'll have to hold them off while the drill is constantly breaking and in need of repairs. I failed this mission the first few times and only succeeded after my mining guide told me to start setting the walls on fire while he repaired our ride. This division of roles made my greenbeard ass feel useful since I had a job to do. I could focus all of my attention in one direction while Lunar kept the drill from breaking. Once we held off the horde and looted what we needed, we jet booted our way out. Each stage of this process felt connected, and that kept it engaging. Rather than waiting for an elevator or pressing buttons on a terminal, I was building machines, protecting them, and then trying to escape. The other objective I wanted to mention was Doretta. Oh, good girl, Doretta. You're a sweet pea, aren't you? In this mission, we got a tank that we had to escort to drill something important. I feel the collective pucker at the idea of an escort mission, but DRG is the best co-op shooter ever made, so they found a way to do it right. Doretta is a tank, meaning she can take some punishment, but you can always repair her whenever she gets too dinged up. Unlike other games where this would solely be a burden on the player, she helps you out by drilling massive caves which will help you navigate the map and funnel enemies into kill boxes. But after a few excursions, she'll run out of fuel, meaning you have to start digging for the greatest treasure of all, oil. I love how no matter where I go or where I serve, I'm always getting oil. Once you've stuffed enough dead dinosaurs into your gas tank, you can make your way to the giant glowing core of treasure. Doretta will start pounding away during the climax of the mission while you need to defend her efforts. So, Doretta, why are you... What's with the pounding? In this phase, all sorts of weird alien garbage starts trying to thwart your capitalistic efforts, and you need to work as a team to fend them off while keeping Doretta in top shape. Because I'm a green beard, I started to panic at constantly getting jerked around by alien bastards while everything is on fire and Doretta is screaming out for help.
Lord.
Oh, I got grabbed! That was creepy. Yep. That was really creepy. I don't approve. But I was saved once again by my veteran dwarf giving me a very simple task. Drill through Nod's obelisks of light, while my more useful teammates did all the heavy lifting.
Destroy the laser beams, got it?
It was clear to me that dwarves with longer beards than I had nailed this down to a science. But even as a total noob on a Hazard 5 mission, I still felt useful. That's the magic of well thought out objectives. If there are many tasks that need to get done, all the while you're being swarmed by the enemy, it's much easier to find something useful to do without feeling like a burden to your team. Plus, it adds to the immersive experience of the game. You feel like you're doing something and getting rewarded for it. Once Doretta's work was done, we grabbed the shiny ball of success and strapped it to our mule, grabbed Doretta's disembodied head, and headed back to the station. After all, with her mining work, she is clearly an honorary dwarf and deserved to be protected at all costs.
I will protect her with my life.
Most other co-op horde shooters I've played have objectives that feel disjointed from the combat, but DRG makes sure that all parts of its main missions flow well together to form a cohesive story. It'll give you a tank, let it drill through the entire map, run out of fuel, and then you'll have an epic battle at the end where you and the tank are all struggling to survive. Also, you can be a little less poor than you were the day before. This meeting of storytelling, immersion, and combat is something every game of this genre could learn from. Combat is very important, but when it's married to the actions you need to take to complete a mission, it creates a truly memorable experience that few games can match. The last thing that I think makes Deep Rock stand above its competitors is the diversity of experiences you can have in this game. The co-op horde shooter genre relies on replayability to keep you invested for the long term. If every mission starts to feel the same, it's easy to get bored and move on to something else. The ability to drastically shake up the mission routine through biomes, objectives, loadouts, and an unapologetic invitation to have fun is the reason people can sink thousands of hours into games like DRG, Helldivers, Darktide, and Left 4 Dead 2. Each of these games tackles this issue in different ways, but Deep Rock does something real clever. This game can go from being a goofy experience about dwarves having fun to an absolute horror show in an instant.
The dwarves delved too greedily and too deep.
It's able to do this because the more silly aspects of the game, like slapping alien balls or drilling yourself a house, lull you into a false sense of security. One second you're admiring the scenery, joking with your friend, and the next you're dangling from the ceiling about to have your head bitten off by an eldritch horror.
Holy shit. Oh my god, I got tricked! Help! Help! Okay.
Får komma säga det. By the way, did you know that there's a mission modifier that makes them spawn like 10 times more?
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Everywhere you go is also constantly dark. I mean, you're deep underground, so it makes sense. But the main way of actually being able to see what horrors or riches wait for you in the dark is by throwing flares. Every dwarf gets these, but they do eventually run out of juice, plunging you once again into total darkness. This balance of jokey fun mixed with pure terror at a moment's notice is part of what keeps the experience fresh. You never get locked into one mindset because at any point some monster can grab you or a swarm of alien bastards can move in and cut your expedition short. But the temptation to dig deeper or repeatedly ping something weird keeps you from always staying on edge. Most games are able to nail a single atmosphere and inject humor to break up the tension. Darktide and Left 4 Dead do this with dialogue lines.
Come out and play, heretics!
I like you. You've got lots of energy. It's invigorating.
Really? I get tired.
Maybe you should think less live in the moment. My beloved agrees.
Like you are. The rest of you heard that right. No more thinking for me. The Emperor said so.
While Helldivers relies on spectacle and its ridiculous over-the-top sense of patriotism, but none of these games are able to change the feel of a mission on a dime to keep you invested in what comes next, quite like Deep Rock can. DRG also has a robust class system where each specializes in a particular role. The driller prepares the field for combat and helps with navigation. The gunner keeps everyone safe with big guns and helps move around the map with their zipline. Engineers prepare defenses and create platforms to make mining easier or to save teammates from long drops.
Can you give me can I have a bouncy pad? I don't know how to get down.
There.
Thank you.
Yeah, teamwork. and the scout lights up the way with flares while staying mobile. Classes are nothing new to horde shooters, but combined with the immersion and complex objectives of Deep Rock, they do stand out as another way to keep players bonded as a team. Deep Rock Galactic might not be a game for everyone. The art style takes some getting used to, and you have to embrace your inner dwarf to get the most out of the experience. But this silly little game that came out 7 years ago is still running strong, and that's because it has polished the co-op horde shooter formula into something unique. No other game in this genre is as unapologetically silly while still letting you get immersed in the frantic nature of underground combat. It knows when to let you goof off, but it also knows when to punch you in the face. The environments are immersive and beautiful, and the objectives will tell you a story with interesting mechanics and difficult combat. Everything about this game is an invitation to have fun, and it's what lets it stand above its peers as the best co-op horde shooter ever made. But until next time, this is Commissar Kai, signing out.
But I'm gonna use your zipline.
I found gold!
He's
Nice.
so excited about everything. He's like a puppy.
Like, this is mine. Go away.
The samples are shared.